We are back live, Hip Hop 95, the last number one streaming hip hop station. Had to go ahead and get on air because me and Dave could BS around all day for real. But we are back live, twins. It's been a while. Shout out to the live radio audience. We really don't get to rock with y'all boys like we used to because of our schedule. But turn myself down a little bit. Oh yeah, let me get the recording up too. But we are back, man. May 21st, a lot been going on. Mother's Day.
Happy birthday to Ish.
Oh yeah, appreciate y'all. Appreciate all the birthday wishes for the past weekend.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
We getting old, man.
Yeah, no, we are really getting old. I woke up, I was 25, I was like, damn, I'm just like a regular person. Just a regular guy.
I be thinking about the same thing. It's like, man, like, I am who the 12-year-old person like I was dreaming of.
Right, yeah.
Like, this is the life I'm living. Like,
Yeah, literally.
I just go to work. I just sit on the couch.
Yeah, no, I felt really great. Shout out to everybody for the birthday wishes. Got a couple cool gifts. Both were from Daniel. But yeah, we are back. Lakers down 3-0.
Lakers down 3-0. What? Oh, 33. Episode 33.
Oh, yeah. Episode 33.
Michael Turner episode.
Okay. Kareem. I'll take an easy one.
My bad. Larry Bird. So,
episode 33 called The Thing About the Old Days. Listen, the thing about the old days.
The thing about the old days. So,
the
yes,
old
the Lakers
days.
are down 3-0. We did not talk about Ja Morant, so we will get into that later. The Celtics are down 2-0, and Jimmy Butler might be the best player ever.
I've been playing on for you, Jimmy. I ain't gonna lie. I've been playing on for you all week. All week.
And then, what else has happened? It's only been a couple days since our last show, so not that much else has happened. It's really just been hoops. Nothing in the sports world. Tom Brady told Bryce Young that being the number one pick don't matter.
That's the fact, yeah.
Summer Walker dropped an amazing EP.
Yeah, shout out Summer Walker.
Ridiculous J. Cole verse. What else? Anything else fun happened?
Coach is getting fired. Oh, you're talking about Doc getting fired.
Oh, Doc got fired. Doc did get fired. Mark Jackson is up for another coaching job that he won't get.
Nah, the Mark Jackson call is so funny because you just know he not gonna get the job, bro.
It's so sad. Like, you can just leave bro alone.
At this point, Mark, just stop trying.
Bro, you're a good commentator.
You're exactly. You are.
You have made a name for yourself.
Facts. Don't leave Mike Breen, bro.
Bro,
please.
Come on, man. That's your dog.
That Jaylen Brown video resurfaced, so he got 2 more years to win 5 championships. Crazy how time flies. Because I remember watching that video, like, oh yeah, he's not doing that.
Bro, 2 more years to win 5 championships.
Yeah, I remember watching the video, like, oh yeah, there's no way he finna win 5 straight championships.
I mean, maybe.
You know what's crazy? They could have done it. I would say that he wasn't that far off. But they just wasn't good enough.
It's
yet.
one thing like to say it, and of course, like most people, 99% of NBA players ever, that's not gonna come true. But at least he got close.
Yo, listen, he in the finals, a couple, 3, 4, 5 conference finals appearance. Like, hey,
bro,
he tried.
You can't complain.
That's Taylor Rooks too.
Turn me up a little bit. I would have told whatever lie in the world to Taylor Rooks.
You see, she ain't done an interview since sitting that close to somebody. Don't sit that close to me, bro.
Did you see, like, they were sitting at the L.
Dog, they legs
she was sitting
damn
this
near.
way, and he was sitting this way. It was like, what was going on,
Yeah,
bro?
nah, bro.
Who designed that? Like, who sat them chairs?
They really set Jaylen Brown up, for real.
Bro, like, he was looking at the side of her face.
Yeah.
What type of interview?
Bro, nigga was looking at the side profile. I get it, bro. I really do, fam.
No, that's crazy.
They be setting niggas up, because Ja did that interview with Taylor talking about the West, too. Yeah.
Shout out to Taylor Rooks.
Shout out Taylor Rooks, nigga. Shout out. Yeah,
so,
man.
Celtics, Heat, Lakers, Nuggets. Which one we gonna start with?
Let's start with both in an interesting way because I didn't tweet this because I watched first part of Lakers game, went to see Guardians, came out. I was expecting a different result. That's why I went to the movies. I thought it was Adam gonna put in the call. Ain't no way Braun finna go down 3-0 in LA. I came back out and it's down 3-0 in LA. So I wanted to ask the audience and the Lakers fans that listen, shout out to the homies because they are listening. Is this still proof the bubble is real? Or did that narrative get pushed to the side? Because niggas told me this was going to be I told you the bubble was real, and no team that won in the bubble has won a game in a series yet. It's been the Heat 2-0. Oh, no. The Celtics 2-0, and the Lakers 0-3. So is this still locked in 2020? We couldn't wait to show y'all?
It's literally the stupidest thing I've seen on Twitter all playoffs. Where like
every team got like 2 niggas from them teams too.
Bro, like what are y'all talking about? And the Nuggets and the Heat were in the conference finals last year. I mean, the Nuggets have made a conference finals, and the Heat were in the conference finals last year, and nobody said anything.
Heat and Celtics were in the conference finals last year.
Yes, Heat and Celtics.
They didn't say shit. Yeah,
they didn't say that. Like, shut up.
Nah,
please.
that was so blatant. But
I mean,
all right, let me go ahead and ask you. Is it over?
For the Celtics or the Lakers?
The Lakers.
It's hard to say, man.
Okay.
The reason I would probably say yes is because your 2 best players are only getting older. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is only getting better.
Yeah.
You were the 7th seed this year, and we can take into consideration, of course, the late acquisitions of Jared Vanderbilt, Willie Beasley, all of that. And we can say, all right, even if your team starts off like that and you have that team from the jump, you're the 5th seed maybe?
All right. Anyway, I mean,
Like,
we're not going to say y'all going to play the full season because y'all only played the full season without him. Like,
LeBron played 55 games. AD
Again.
played 58. Like, that still was going to happen. So, y'all the 7th seed?
Again.
Y'all the 6th seed, 5th seed? Like,
Maybe.
Maybe. Like,
Right.
It's not like I think they're a top 4 team, top 3 team without that. So, looking at next year, you're not getting, unless they get Kyrie. I will say that. Because I'm
Right.
not just going to say they're not. It's the Lakers, it's the NBA, you never know. But unless they get Kyrie, I see no future where the Lakers are anything but a fun team to watch.
I'm glad you said that because I wanted to shout somebody out before this started and I forgot to. I want to shout out D'Lo. Man, it take a different type of confidence, man. That's why we know these are the best basketball players in the world because D'Lo been playing like a hot can of ash, bro.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him, though. I really feel bad for him because you know they want to bench him. And Mike Malone making a point to try to get that nigga benched.
And they can't bench him. Like, there's nobody else to put in.
Yep.
So it's like people were like, they should have put in Malik Beasley for D'Lo. And I'm just like, have y'all been watching Malik Beasley play basketball?
Have y'all ever looked at Malik Beasley?
And it's like, I get it. Y'all are desperate. I would be saying the same thing. I watched Anthony Lamb play 65 basketball games this year. I understand the pain you guys are feeling, but like Malik Beasley wasn't gonna win y'all with that.
Nah,
game.
Malik Beasley
that
sub,
substitution wasn't gonna win y'all. The game.
Who is Malik Beasley gonna guard?
LeBron hasn't made a 3 in the 4th quarter this year. In the past 2 series, he's shooting like 8% this series. That's supposed to be your first or second best player any given night.
Yeah.
So if that is the head of your crown and he's playing like that, is nothing you can do. No blame to Bron. Like, I'm not blaming him.
Yeah, nah, Bron like 40 million years old.
Bro, like we're not tripping.
Yeah.
It's just the reality of the situation. That's why I'm not here to dog pile on them. Like, it's just like
I'm here to hate
the
on
Nuggets
AD.
are just better. Like, at the end of the day, like, it's
Yeah.
not really much to say other than the Nuggets have just proved in every way they're better. They have led and controlled every single one of these games from start to finish. They have the best player in the series, and it's looking like this series they might have the second best player.
Jamal Murray.
They have the better coach. They have the better roster.
Yep,
they
better
have
bench.
the better bench.
Yep.
They have the better interior defense. They have the better transition.
Better
offense.
shooters.
They have better shooters. Like, they're just a better team.
Yep.
It's nothing really much to say other than, like, more so like a hand clap to the Lakers for getting this far because clearly they're not that good either.
So I'm glad you said that because I was gonna. That was literally my follow up to you. As a Warriors fan watching this series, what is going through your head?
Steph wouldn't have went out like this.
Okay,
But
I agree for sure.
This is so. Roby asked me that on Twitter to get people to make fun of me.
I didn't see that, but shout out Roby.
He told me that after.
That's funny as hell.
So I am saying factual information. The
Former intern.
shout out to Roby. I know this sounds biased, but the Warriors just match up a little bit better.
That's a fact.
Than they do, and I think, just listen to me. A big reason,
Like 5 niggas just clicked off this video.
So,
Fuck this nigga, dog.
oh God. So, stay with me, please come back. Steph is as good as the way Jokic is breaking the game for the Lakers. For the Nuggets to the Lakers, Steph does as well.
Right.
The reason Steph, it didn't seem as big. With the Warriors roster and the way those Warriors played, they should have got swept. Or they should have lost in 5.
Facts.
Steph Curry won them 2 games. Just the presence of Steph Curry won
Right.
them 2 games, and the help of Draymond Green in the second game, and help for Klay Thompson in the first game. So, Steph, the way they move the ball on offense and the way Steph can really attack Jokic in the pick and roll was going to be something they can't exploit the way the Warriors can.
Right.
The pick and roll the Lakers run is so much compact than the pick and roll the Warriors would have run with Draymond or would have run with Wiggins or would have run with Looney. They would have brought Jokic out 30 feet from the goal, 28 feet from the goal, whereas Jokic still has a foot in the lane or has a foot 18 feet out, so he's still in the mid-range where he can use his knowledge and use his body to beat you to certain spots. So Austin Reeves trying to ISO him from 18 feet isn't the same thing as Steph Curry coming off of a 28-foot or Klay Thompson coming off at 28 feet from the three-point line. So now he has all that room to guard. Right. And with that, with that offensively, I think they would have been able to attack them more. Defensively, I think the Nuggets would have had their way. That's what I'm saying this series. Defensively, that's why the Warriors would have lost this series. I'm not saying they would have won. They would have lost the series in 6 or 7 games, but they would have just given a better fight due to the complications that Steph Curry provides. And the shooting would have been so much better from everybody else because the Lakers' defense is so much better than Denver's.
Right.
The offense of Denver is just better than everybody.
It was a couple things just to piggyback on what you said. So before the series, I was breaking it down, and that was one of the main things I was trying to explain to niggas that the common belief is that as soon as Jokic gets in the playoffs, no matter who out there, high pick and roll that nigga till he out. But the reason we think that is because we watch the Warriors do it. And the Warriors' high pick and roll is a lot different than what other teams can put out there because the Lakers do not have 3 shooters on their team. No way niggas want to slice it. There's no lineup they play in the playoffs that has 3 consistent knockdown shooters. Most lineups don't even have 2. So the way the Lakers have to play is such a bad matchup for the Nuggets because everything is within the elbows, basically. Jokic isn't going to have to go corner to corner, sideline to sideline, and then go back down court. They just don't play that way. And what you're seeing is it's so contrary to the casual fan belief, which is why Lakers fans so mad, is that I said it after game 1 or game 2, Jokic of all the superstars in the game, Jokic in the best shape. LeBron, AD, LeBron because his foot, of course. But AD, no shame. You've been AD for a minute. We're the best defenders in the league. I ain't hating on you either. But respect is due where respect is due. Jokic came in the league with a certain physical body type and changed his body and his life so he could play this way. 100%. And now you can see the fruits of that labor where he's 100%. Beating the entire Lakers team up court. I think Van Gundy said it on one of the replays. Every time you see the Lakers replay on offense, 2 or 3 guys are falling in the last minute because them niggas are exhausted. It's really not the same. I would have loved to see the Warriors and Lakers play this year. Not the Lakers. Warriors and Nuggets play this year, especially because how good the Nuggets are around Jokic now. Instead of it being Campazzo and Austin Rivers and DoorDash drivers, it's actual players around him that not only he can elevate, like KCP getting easy shots, Jamal Murray getting easy shots, but on defense they work together to elevate him. Yes. So I would have loved to see it, but I'm super happy for Jokic. I want a Jokic Heat finals more than anything, but we can use that to transition to the Celtics. I had the Heat in 6.
I had the Celtics in 7.
How are you?
Thursday.
Because I watched game 2. There's no way they should have lost game 2.
No.
but I watched game 1. And there's no way they should have lost game 1. So niggas like, are they gonna win the series? I don't know, bro. I have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm not confident in the Heat just winning the series still.
Right.
Because like the Nuggets, like the Boston have looked like the better team. They have the better roster, and they have controlled most of these games up until like 5 to 8 minutes to go in the fourth.
Yep.
And what I will say is Boston has been this team for 3 years now.
That's a fact.
So it's not a surprise that they're doing this.
Yeah.
Also, on the other hand, the Heat have, since Eric Spoelstra has been there, been a serious team from start to finish. There's not a lot of mental lapses. There's never a high turnover team. Mm-hmm. And they play hard from start to finish. So, styles make matchups. Mm-hmm. Our style make fights. So, just the style of play for the Heat allows them to stay around.
Yeah.
And as long as they're around, Jimmy Butler's presence.
Right.
And Jimmy's Butler ability to score the ball from the mid-range and get easy buckets pretty much anytime he wants due to the fact that Boston is leaving him one-on-one. It is making for a conclusion that people should have seen coming but did not want to believe due to the difference in rosters and due to the better roster that the Celtics have, pretty much.
Right.
And the seeding, of course. But
facts.
We're looking at the Celtics, and every series this has happened with the Celtics.
Yep.
They did it with the Hawks. They lost a game 5 in the Hawks.
Without DeJounte.
Without DeJounte.
Yep.
They shouldn't have done that.
Yep.
And they had to go back to Atlanta. You go back to Philly series. They were down 3-2 in that series. They were the better team in that series too as well.
Got their boots cooked off game 5 in Boston.
Come on.
Yep.
And now we're here, and now you're just facing a team that throughout the playoffs has been taking advantage of those exact things.
Yeah.
So it's just it's just the way basketball works, really. At the end of the day, it is they gave you the answers. The answers were there. Mm-hmm. It was just our job as the consumer, as the fan, to really believe what we were seeing. And it was kind of I'll flip it back to the West and the Nuggets-Lakers. Most people had the Lakers in this series. Mm-hmm. Most people had the Lakers or the Warriors coming out of the finals.
Facts.
Most talking heads, it was the Lakers or Warriors, Lakers or Warriors.
Yeah.
Denver has been the better team all year from game 1 to 82.
That's a fact.
And nobody just wanted to believe it. Granted, it's a little bit more history on the side of Steph and LeBron, so it makes a little bit more sense on that end, but it's the same thing.
Right.
And I think we're seeing a result that was there from the beginning.
Facts. And I think because we watch so much basketball and we go deeper into the X and O's, we talk about more about specific coaches than a lot of other people. And I don't want it to be like, man, we're calling for a dude job, but Joe Mazzulla is one of the reasons they're losing the series. 1,000,000%. And that is, and not to say he won't be a great coach, not to say they should fire him after this series. I want to preface this by saying that's Eric Spoelstra. Joe Mazzulla won't be the first nigga he outcoached, and he won't be the last. It's nothing to be ashamed of. But what Eric Spoelstra is doing, it's almost like they're doing two different things. It's like what Eric Spoelstra doing really, it's a step up above coaching where you see like a run happening for the Heat. Game gets tied, and it's a turnover, and the camera cuts to Eric Spoelstra. And Eric Spoelstra is not running, talking to the ref. He's screaming at Gabe Vincent to get to the other side because he has just one specific play he's been waiting to call for 2 weeks, and it's a backdoor cut to Duncan Robinson, and now they got the lead. Haven't seen the play in weeks. But that play is the difference between the Celtics and the Heat, where if the Celtics get that ball, the shot needs to be created on the court. Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, it is on them to create the shots, the opportunities for themselves, where Eric Spoelstra is completely the opposite, where Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy are going to create the opportunities for everybody else, and they just need to stay aggressive. And that's what I joke that I hate watching the Heat, and I really do, but Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent, I love seeing it. Guys that are just not scared of the moment for real, and that's how you have to be on that team. That's how on a Jimmy team like that, you can't be any other way. So to see him come down like when Jimmy was struggling game 2, Caleb Martin was going crazy, keeping him in the game, going fed. And that
allows Jimmy to find his rhythm like he did in the fourth.
Exactly. And what it feels like, it's like, man, what team was it? I can't remember what football team it was. But we've all seen the NFL team with an amazing offense that just can't stop holding. Or a great defense that can't stop getting penalties. That can't get out their own way. Yes. And that's what the Celtics are. And the Heat are the team that's built to take advantage of that. That aren't going to make the easy mistakes. They aren't going to get beside themselves. They aren't going to exactly. They are there to just every time you mess up, just take another step forward.
100%.
Because they know, and you said it. This is what Celtics been since they've been competing, losing record at home in the playoffs, which is insane. Yeah. They're not going to come out here and put 48 minutes of good basketball on tape, and that's just been the Celtics forever.
That's what they do.
And unless Ime Udoka walks through those doors, and even when he was there, they didn't do it. But now it's just so bad. The turnovers for Tatum are getting worse. The shot creation for Jaylen Brown, it's starting to look worse because they don't get any easy shots at all from almost anybody unless it's through their defense. And what Miami is doing is like, okay, we're going to make sure fourth quarter we score and we're going to come back and set our defense. And not only we're going to set our defense, every third possession is going to be a new defense. And by doing these little basketball people are like, man, why doesn't Tatum just do this? Like, if you watch Tatum drives, the defense around him is so calculated. I genuinely don't know how other people would score versus it, where first dribble, the closest person to him reaches. Like, not on ball, but like the next guy. Yeah, the help man reaches. Second dribble, they double. Sometimes they don't even send the double to second dribble until he drives. Sometimes it's on the catch. There's just no way to prepare for it unless you really are locked in on what they're doing. And if your offensive system is built to counteract it on the fly. Eric Spoelstra has been coaching for so long that it's actually helpful to go back to watch all his old series. And the reason the Spurs and the Heat, if people remember, every finals game was a different blowout is because different adjustments were being made every single game. And there are not enough adjustments being made between games and in game for the Celtics to keep them in the game when they eventually turn their brain off. It's no easy buckets. It's no, and okay. Call timeout. Call time. Stop. No, y'all are not Phil Jackson, bro. Kobe is not out there, bro. I'm so tired of hearing that shit. They're like, oh yeah, he wanted to play through it. Kobe and Shaq not on the court. That's not Michael Jordan, bro. If I had the best two players in the league, I'd let them play through it too. If that's Michael Jordan on the court, yeah, he don't need a timeout. That's Marcus Smart bringing the ball up, bro. Call timeout. Get a good shot, my nigga. You just scored 42 in the third, and you watched it like I did. Down 6, 13 seconds left. You don't call timeout. What do you do? Where's the timeout now? Lily, you make a three, you foul, you can get a steal, they can miss the free. There's so much that could happen down 3 with 10 seconds left, and you don't even call the timeout. Like, it's coaching, it's coaching malpractice. And Joe, listen, you need to go look at the last coach that did something like that versus the Heat this playoffs. Because that nigga had a title, and he don't have a job no more. Boston a lot different than Milwaukee. They not going for it, and you weren't supposed to be here anyway. And I know you understand that because it was like 3 niggas ahead of you in line for the job that all left before Ime did. You was not supposed to be here. So maybe now isn't the time to go out on your I'm not calling timeout shield. That's the best coach in the league across from you. And you know what he doing? Calling timeout.
All right.
I can't stand them niggas. I can't stand them niggas.
That was it.
I really.
I don't know what else y'all want us to say. Really,
I hate those niggas,
I think
bro.
we just pretty much put that series on Front Street. Like I think
we're not even gonna pick the series. We all lost.
And I still give the chance. I still give the Celtics a chance to win this series, but it's going to be hard. Okay, so this is what I would say. And this is a point that I've reiterated throughout the years of us doing this show is the word habit. And I've said football, basketball teams have habits. And we can go down the list of the habits of these playoff teams left. Are the playoff teams before. The Warriors will start there. Terrible road team, high turnover, and they had spurts where they just couldn't score the ball. You saw it all playoffs. The Lakers, old, has spurts where they can't get up and down the court. They have spurts where they can't get up and down the court, or they have spurts where they just continuously take bad shots, or they can't buy a three. We've seen it all playoffs. The Celtics, you have mental lapses. You have really bad mental lapses, and it causes, and most times you have them at the most important parts of games, and your superstars don't execute crunch time. This has been happening for 2 years. We've seen this all playoffs. The Heat, their one bad habit is they have a hard time scoring sometimes, but they play so hard and they're so good defensively, they never are out of games. That's damn near been the Heat since 2006 when D-Wade was there. So
from the jump.
We've seen that throughout the playoffs. The Denver has been a great team. They've been a great team. The worst part about them is their high pick and roll coverage. But guess what? There hasn't been teams where is the one series they got killed in? Devin Booker, when he went ballistic in high pick and roll. Kevin Durant went ballistic in high pick and roll.
Devin Booker and Kevin Durant won 2 games.
They almost pulled out a 7-game series from these guys because of the high pick and roll damage, and you see that. And the Lakers cannot run that, so that one disadvantage they have, they're not having a problem with because it's not there. So they haven't had a problem. Everybody was talking about the AD, and the AD, he's the AD. I mean, AD's the Jokic stopper and all of that. And like it said, bro, that's 2 years ago, bro. Jokic is not the same player, and neither is AD.
Wow,
AD has gotten better. AD has gotten worse. Jokic has gotten better. It's simple as that. And AD is still one of the top 20 basketball players in the world. He's still all that, one of the 5 best defensive players in the league, of course. But he's still not. And the 2020 bubble, AD was a top 5 player on the planet, without a doubt. So the habits of these teams have started to really surface because in the moments that matter, in the moments where the pressure really does come to you, you resort back to your habits. It's like life. When you have a bad day or a bad week, you go back to your bad habits that you're comfortable in. And that's the same thing with basketball, bro. The bad turnovers or the bad step backs Jason Tatum shoots when they're out of sorts and their offense can't get going. He does that. The driving into the lane and shooting over 3 or 4 defenders or losing the ball that Jaylen Brown does when they can't get anything going offensively. They go back and do that. The awful shots Marcus Smart takes or the falling he does, they do that.
Dog, he still falls.
He still falls. So it is a constant effort. It is a constant thing of trying to get so much of a lead, or trying to getting in a hole in the fourth quarter and trying to dig yourself back out of it through your talent. The Celtics cannot win this series by beating the Heat mentally or schematically. They're going to have to out-talent the Heat, and they put themselves in a great hole by trying to out-talent them 4 games, and you only got 2 home games left. So
because last year, listen, man, we're Jimmy Butler 3 away from y'all not even being in the finals last year. To this day, I can't believe that shot didn't go and look great. But what y'all doing? Like, y'all won the series last year. You should not have felt great about how that series ended. And to come out with such little sense of urgency, such little focus. Everybody top to bottom. Peyton Pritchard starting fourth quarters guarding Jimmy Butler. It's just a shit.
It's a lack of attention to detail. It's a lack of attention to detail. And again, it's who they've been. But they weren't. The attention to detail was there last year with Ime, and I think that is something that's missing. I think the attention to detail defensively and the confidence that he instilled in those players in those moments that you see they are lacking. I think that is what is missing the most from.
Fact. And Ime wasn't there long enough to really instill that culture. He was really only there a year. They only bought in for 6 months.
Yes.
Like, they ain't buy into the All-Star break.
Yes.
But
so let's jump back to the Lakers real quick. I know I said they are better, but like, is there anything that you think they could have done differently to maybe have gotten the game for the series to be 2-1?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so
And I don't want to say like something that's within their habits, like not
Yeah.
like they could have shot better.
Yeah, like-
just something that's within their
Yeah,
habits. Like
like-
you could have done this and you did it, and that's why you lost that game.
I'm gonna say no, because I think LeBron's foot is kind of what is the last adjustment they would not be able to make. I would have loved to see the small ball lineup with Braun at the 5 when Jokic sits, Braun at the 5 when AD sits, instead of Mo Bamba getting off the bench to come.
Winning Gabriel.
Yeah, winning Gabriel. Like, I'd rather them do that because I do believe the Lakers do have athletes that can play in space with Lonnie Walker, with Austin Reeves, who like to get out and run, to try to put pressure on the Nuggets that same way, to try to get easier points, to fill in those gaps of, you play, and you know this for sure, especially because how much basketball you watch. Playing 7 minutes of up and down basketball is a lot different than scoring for 7 minutes straight versus a set defense.
Yes.
Oh, hold on.
Station.
That hadn't happened in a while.
No.
He must have just fixed it. That's left.
Pause the Audacity.
Oh, shoot.
Well, no, you don't even have to pause it. Just tell me what it came. I can take it out.
Oh, but 30.
Yo. Turn me up at the top. Like you did last show. I'm talking about on the board.
Oh.
Yo. There you go. Yeah, that's way better. Yeah, I can just take all of this out. That ain't no big deal.
All right, and we are back. Had to get the station ID out the way, though. Of course, Hip Hop 95 on there's number one streaming hip hop station. Where were we? Jokic.
We were talking about what the Lakers could do.
What the Lakers do, yeah. So, man. So, basically, this episode is called The Thing About the Old Days. Mm-hmm. Because you could never guard LeBron like this in the old days. But he is just not that player, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Year 20, most buckets scored ever. He up $1 billion. Mm-hmm. Spade to spade. It is what it is. This was supposed to be AD time. And LeBron was very upfront about passing the torch. He got y'all one last ring.
Yes, he was.
But this would have been a series where aggressive downhill 35 points a night on layups Braun would have put this Nuggets team home in 5.
Yes, sir.
Because what the Nuggets are happy doing is what you could not do to Braun before. What we wish we could have. It was like, man, hey, just go under the screens. Put 4 people in the paint. Just go under the screens. Fuck it. The problem is now he just can't blow by drop coverage. Because he used to just be able to like, okay, if you back up, I can still just teleport by you. Mm-hmm. And by the time I get to the rim, I'm too big, I'm too strong, I'm going to go up and I'm going to finish anyway. Mm-hmm. The problem is he's still that size and he's shooting amazing at the rim because he's still an amazing finisher. He just can't get to the rim as much. And that's what people don't understand. Like, man, he's shooting great from the rim. Yeah, because he can still finish with no problem. The problem is getting between the three-point line to the rim. It's 4 or 5 niggas in his way that he cannot just teleport around anymore. So I think it's such a bad matchup for them. And after game 1, I said the elephant in the room is, ain't no way AD going to play like this for 7 games. And hours later, he showed you that.
Hours.
But and I hate for us to fall back on this, but man, Austin Reeves giving you 20 a night. At some point,
that's crazy.
AD would anytime we get locked in AD, they crown him. That's what the Lakers need. And I don't want to listen, I will go on record. I don't think it's completely over yet. He may go back to LeBron James with foot doctors. A lot of things could happen. But for them to win, AD or Braun has to be the best player in the court.
And that's why I think the answer to my question was like, nah.
Nothing.
Because, I agree. Like,
Yeah.
I 100% agree. The adjustment is LeBron being the LeBron we've seen for the 18 years we saw it. And it's just not there anymore. And I will blame his foot. I will give him the excuse of his foot not being there.
Listen, I'm very happy to pretend this series don't happen.
I truly think even if we're getting year 20 Bron from December, I think maybe they still lose this series.
Facts.
But if they're not down 3-0, and it's a 6 or 7 game series. And I just chalk it up to that because AD was 28 and 18 last night in 42 minutes. I mean, like, he wasn't bad, and he's still who he is defensively. They're just scheming around who he is, and that's what great players have to deal with. Like Jalen Ramsey, some days just don't get a pass thrown to him, and it's just because he's Jalen Ramsey.
Listen, he's been studying for 6 days, and niggas didn't throw him a single round.
And they're looking at AD all game, all the film is every film session, all of it is centered around, hey, this is how we avoid AD. This is how we're going to set our offense so he can't affect it. And when a team has the personnel to do that, you just got to chalk it up to, like, they're better than
listen, some niggas are good, too.
Salute
Jokic, some niggas good, too.
And like you said, they got to be the best player on the court, and they're just not. They're just not.
Let me ask this. So where is Jamal Murray in this top 5?
Top 5 point guards?
Yeah, point guards. I asked that question in the chat, and Trey was like, players? yeah, nigga, Jamal Murray. In the whole league.
Top 5 players, I would say.
I'm
so sorry. Top 5 point guards in the NBA right now, I would say I would still have Steph Curry at 30. I would still have Steph Curry at 1, Luka at 2, Trae Young at 3. I would have
Ja
at 4, and I would put Shea at 5 right now.
See, I got him 4 or 5. I think he's fighting for one of those spots for sure.
I for sure think he is fighting. If he continues to play like this and wins the final playing like this, you got to have the conversation.
Yeah, no. He's leading the playoffs in fourth quarter points right now. I am cognizant that he's playing with maybe the best offensive center since Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, but to his credit, a lot of these shots just crazy work for real.
Nah,
a lot of these
shots last night was crazy work, bro.
A lot of these shots just like, I'm just not gonna let you guard me.
Yo.
He started. It was in game 2. Shit, he hit the layup. And then he stepped back on AD. I was like, oh, yeah, he don't see you.
No,
yeah, he don't see y'all niggas. He just shooting for real.
He on some shit, but, like, I got to respect, like, the history, and I got to respect the regular season. I got to respect that, like, he ain't never averaged over 22 a game. Like,
I'm happy. I'm definitely happy for him because he did. That knee injury was sad. Glad to see him come all the way back. I'm glad to see him, pick up where he left off in the bubble.
Yes.
But, he didn't go from the bubble to here. So I do understand, like, he played times between this where he wasn't 28, 10, and whatever.
So I will say this, though. He does not tear his ACL against the Warriors in 2021. People probably have him in this top 5.
Yeah, facts.
I just think we haven't seen him, and this year he wasn't great. Like, it was spurts where he was bad. Actually.
Yeah.
And then he had good spurts, so it was up and down years. So, yeah, right now, I think he's making the case. But, like, that top 5 point guards is a hard list to crack, bro.
A lot of MVP candidates playing PG.
Damian Lillard.
Hey,
I didn't say his name.
I'll just throw it out there. I know it's not popular right now. James Harden led the league in assists. just throwing it out there.
I know what happened. I saw it.
Hey, this is one of the few postseasons I'm not putting on Harden. I'm not. Nigga won 2 games. Like,
they won 2 games. Like, and that
it.
Wasn't his role.
Literally, bro. Embiid missed the game and we won. Like, that's not on me.
Come on, man. I did my job.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely think it's a list that he can creep into. He can creep into that top 5. But you got to give me this postseason and then continue this play into All-Star break next year. Make that All-Star team. And then
I'm glad you mentioned Dave's name because we don't talk a lot of Dave on this show because they tanked the season, trash all that. So
tanked the season, trash all that. Yeah. All that good stuff.
What's going on in Portland, bro? What's going on in Portland? So they got the 3rd pick, right? They said they're not. They said they're going to trade the pick. But then Portland Trailblazers fans was like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do that. And then Dame responded, well, if y'all want to trade me, send the petition in. Yeah, you ain't hide that one at all, Dave. You ain't hide that one at all. So what is going on? What would you do with the pick?
I think Damian Lillard set himself up.
Yeah. No, he walked into this one.
I think he told y'all he wasn't running from the grind too many times.
Yeah.
And now he's scared
He like,
to admit,
damn
shit.
He like, damn, the grind fast.
He's like, yeah, like that.
Yeah.
So now, it's like, all right, how do I get out of here without saying I want to get out of here because I don't want to be here. He saw that they was going to trade the third pick, and he was going to be like, well, what the fuck is that going to get me?
Yeah.
Like,
Cam Johnson.
Like, my number 2 option right now is Anthony Simmons, dog, bucket, all that.
Hooper, yeah. But
look at the playoffs and tell me Anthony Simmons is ready for that level because Dame has 2 years left.
Max.
Yeah. Maybe 3, but I'm saying 2 years as where he's a 1A option every night.
And he was always a hurt guy too.
Yes. So, and he's been consistently hurt these past 4 years now. So I think he wants out of Portland. I just don't think he wants to put in that trade request.
Right.
And I do think his request will get granted. That is what I will say. But I can also see this happening. I can see one decent free agent signing going there, trading the number 3 pick for 2 players, and they have a roster that can get him a 6th seed, and he acts like, yeah, we back. Let's go. Like I can see that happening as well because of the money that's involved with him re-signing.
I really listen. I have been, niggas call me a Dame hater or whatever. I'm gonna add to that real quick. But I 1000% agree with what you're saying. He wanted to be, the face of the I'm gonna stay in one place thing, even though we already have that guy who's won championships in the city Dame's from. All right, I don't want to get too off track, but he wanted to be, I'm not running from the grind guy, but the grind really fast. That grind really tough. And if I'm Portland, bruh, you hit a threshold where we're not running from the grind, then we crossed over to Dame is holding us hostage. Like blink twice if you paid a $200 million point guard to not make the playoffs this year. Like everyone in Portland should be very worried because Dame is not progressing. Dame is not getting better. He's not getting healthier. And when Dame was in his prime, he wasn't the number 1 option on the championship team. So we're not going to trade. This is one of the best drafts in a minute. We're going to trade that 3rd pick to bring in Cam Johnson to help you get bounced in the 2nd round. I like you said, who are you bringing in? Who's going to be – because you're not bringing in a number 1 option. You ain't bringing in no superstar. And if you're not bringing the superstar, what's the point of trading the pick?
So I think we're at a real funny time in the NBA where we want it to be – we haven't adjusted. That's perfect. We haven't adjusted to like a KD, Bron, like Bron being on the move every 2 years or 3 years, KD being on the move, Chris Paul deal up, Russell Westbrook up, and these players being prolific guards and prolific players, the guys in the NBA that can change your franchise overnight.
Yeah.
That's not available anymore.
Yeah,
that's not there.
Yeah,
and on top of that, we knew these guys were proven in the playoffs. There's not a lot of guys like
OG Anunoby.
Who are you pulling in realistically? You're not that can win in the playoffs, that can win you a championship, that can be a number 1A, 1B option on the championship team. You're not getting Steph. Nope. You're not getting Luka. You're not getting Jokic. You're not getting
Kawhi.
AD. You're not getting Kawhi. You're not getting
PG.
You might get PG.
Maybe.
You might get PG, but PG never healthy. So you're not getting Jimmy. You're not getting Jason Tatum. You're not getting these players that you can think you can help you, like maybe you can trade the number 3 pick for Jaylen Brown, but why would the Celtics want the number 3 pick when they have Jaylen Brown? So it's just like the trades that you can offer to teams to help you win aren't there. So I think their best bet is do what you say. Get Dame out of there. You got the number 3 pick. You got Anthony Simmons, who I just said was a dog.
Yep.
That's 3 years from now, he can be one of them guys.
Yep.
Get a guy to go with them. You got some who's the jumping guy over there? I can't think of his name right now, but the one that was supposed to do the Shaden Sharp.
Shaden Sharp, yeah.
That's young talent over there. So they have young talent over there. Nurkic is still kind of young. Have a vet over there that's used to being there. Rebuild, go from there, and get Dame out of there.
Facts, bro. Send Dame to Brooklyn, bro. Just get it out the way.
Send Dame to Brooklyn or send him to Miami.
Because the third pick in the draft, especially depending what happens with Brandon Miller, that could be Scoot. Like that could be a superstar. And for you to trade that is just what's the point? Like let's say everything goes perfectly. Celtics pick up the phone. We get Jaylen Brown and Derek White. Dame Jaylen Brown not winning the championship.
Okay, so let's play. Let's play. You will go there because I think that's the most realistic option. Is Jaylen Brown. Mm-hmm. So the Celtics pick up the phone. They be like, "Fuck yeah, we want Scoot or we want Brandon Miller, whatever."
Exactly. Yeah, we want Brandon Miller.
Yeah, we want Thompson Twins, whatever. Yeah. Brandon Miller, we'll go there. So we want Brandon Miller. We'll pick up the phone. Literally does not make sense. They're coming off a finals run. It makes no sense.
Right.
But that's the tradable. That seems like the most tradable all-star player is what I'll say. So Jaylen Brown picks up the phone, and Jaylen Brown is important. And they sign, fuck it, we'll give them a big free agent. They sign Brook Lopez.
Right.
So they get Brook Lopez, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, exactly. Everything go as good as it possibly could.
Everything in this scenario as good as possibly could. But we're going to play fair, and other teams so the Warriors get better.
Yep.
The Lakers get no worse, and they have the team they have this year. Mm-hmm. Denver has the team they have this year. Memphis gets rid of Dillon Brooks, gets another shooter in there, and has the team run it back with the same core.
Right.
And Sacramento is the same.
Yep.
And we'll say they get one other shooter.
Yep.
And
they replace Harrison Barnes with
they replace Harrison
Barnes.
And then who else? Who was the fifth?
Suns.
And Phoenix get a bench. Phoenix gets some bench pieces.
Yes.
Now what?
Now what?
Now what?
Like the thing is,
a second round exit, maybe at the
max.
At the max, it's a second round.
Max. The problem with Dame has always been, and I hate to, and I feel like in 10 years I'm gonna be I'm the Melo hate guy. I'm gonna be the Dame hate guy too, because the way I be talking about both of them, it's Dame is what probably would have been one of the best second options ever. But there's no playoff series he's going to start in where he'll be the best player. There's none. There's not a single playoff series. And I know, listen, I see it. Niggas be calling Dame a superstar. Niggas be like, Dame top this. He is not. Especially not anymore. A team I forgot to mention, Mavs. They'll be better. You're not going to be the best player with Luka on the court. You're not going to be the best player with Steph on the court. AD, not going to be better than him. In the West.
You're not better than Jokic.
Not better than Jokic. I mean... Would he be better than Ja right now in the series?
I was about to say, his only two arguments for that would be Ja and De'Aaron Fox. Those would be the only two. And
he'd be the third best.
Neck and neck.
He'd be the third best nigga in Phoenix.
Bro,
he wouldn't be better than Victor. Yeah, see, I'm getting that shit off now.
And then on the playing teams.
Yeah.
OKC is going to be better next year. Minnesota's going to be better next year.
Keep it funky. He better than Shea right now? Can you defend it? Even if you think he's better than Shea, you can't say for sure. Yeah, he's good.
It's not a laughable argument for you to be saying Shea's
right.
better than Dame.
Or Ant.
So, thank you. So, our point being is this is not a Dame. I think this is not a Dame hate train. It's truly not. It's just fact.
Let Dame be free. Let both of y'all be free.
It's just at the perfect thing. And we have been saying this for years, and I wish we would have gotten to see it happen when he was 29, 28. Dame would have went down as maybe the best second option.
Oh, yeah.
Real shit. He would have went down as maybe the best second option.
I'm real happy Dame never got to Braun. Dame getting to Braun
would have been ridiculous, bruh. Dame is like that, bro.
Perfect second option. Amazing, bro.
But we have said this, and we will continue to say this because it helps Steph's case, bro. It's been two small guards to lead their team to a championship. Right. So you're just asking him to do historic shit year after year. And he's shown that he's not capable of doing that. So just get him out of there. Let him go. I think Miami is a realistic destination. I think Miami got a couple pieces. Mm-hmm. They got a draft, and they're in the East, so that's a realistic trade destination. I think Miami or New York are the two, either New York team, Brooklyn or
the Knicks, yeah.
I think those three teams are realistic suitors for Dame, and because I believe he has a no trade clause, so he can say no to wherever he wants to go. And so I think those three teams would all invite him in. But And I think Miami, you looking at him now with Eric Spoelstra, you keep Jimmy, you keep Bam. That's a championship team now.
Exactly.
New York got to the second round. They made the Cavs look. You keep Jalen Brunson. It's a struggle. But if you keep that core of Jalen Brunson, Randall, and you get and Mitchell Robinson, you get a couple shooters in there.
That's a fact.
That's a team that's gonna give everybody a fight. You see these teams in the East.
Yeah, he got it. He got to get to the East.
Like it's no dog in the East.
Yeah.
So yes, and notice I'm saying all of these teams in the East. In the West is cooked. It's cooked food over there. Nah. We know who the hierarchy of the West is. And Jokic might be the guy now. Yeah. Jokic might be the guy you got to get through now. So
if I'm Dame,
I'm getting to the East.
I'm trying to see if the Bucks want this third pick. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Yo, listen. Take this third pick.
Yeah.
Listen, send back Drew Holiday or something. Chrissy, if you can.
Chris Middleton.
Listen, send Chris Middleton, sign a trade with Brook Lopez. Get me to Milwaukee. Be honest, number 2. That's a dream scenario.
Yeah.
Philadelphia, it's kind of hard because what are you doing with Harden?
I mean, you get rid of Tobias Harris' contract.
Yeah, but he got 2 years left on his deal. Will Philadelphia look at it like, man, will we trade Maxey and Tobias Harris for 2 years a name?
I would.
I would too.
Maxey's not winning you a championship in 2 years.
Exactly.
Dame definitely
get off Tobias Harris' contract. It's opportunities out in the East, but it's going to be really hard to convince one of these teams to just, oh yeah, cool. Mm-hmm. This is we'll start over. Or all right, what we have here is really working. Because and what's going to be a problem is the whole league been calling this nigga the superstar for such a long time. You come to Philly, James Harden took a significant backseat. James Harden didn't. We'll both figure it out. No, this is Embiid team. I'm gonna pass the ball the whole game. He's going to have to change the way he plays. And a big thing about, we sweeping under the rug because we don't expect Dame to win championships and be on championship teams. His flaws aren't as deeply scrutinized as some, other players, but wherever you going, you playing defense. I want you to know that. You competing, you will be that jogging around shit you be doing on defense now. It's cool because you scoring 30 a night. But you touch down in Milwaukee, you're playing defense. You go to Philadelphia, you have to play defense.
But I think it gets easier to play defense as a second option. And
that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah.
And he's gonna be the worst player every night. So it's like that's the benefit of that. Unless his worst player is the center, he's gonna be the worst player most nights. So I think the defensive thing would to be a challenge for him come game 96. Right. Now we in the third round shit. Yeah. But I think during the regular season, if he built that habit, got used to that.
Damn, you got to get out east, bro.
You got to get out east, bro. But all right, so. Speaking of point guards, I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. Ja Morant, man. And, last time this happened with Ja Morant, y'all know what happened with the video with the guy. So, no need to dwell on that. We know.
I cannot believe you.
We talked about it last time. We didn't blame you too much. But I haven't asked Ish about this. I haven't really seen Ish tweet about this too much. Right. So I'm just going to give you the floor, and then I'll go after you.
So I was I forget what I was, the day it happened, I kind of wasn't locked into the news story. So I really didn't know the circumstances around it. I kind of saw people's reaction first, where it was oh my God, he did it again. I was like, damn, what did he do? Ja got a lot of shit. He went to the mall, beat somebody up again. But I saw the video, and I was like, damn, Ja, and the video was so upsetting because his man's really tried. His man's really, as soon as he saw the gun in the video, he stopped the video. And I'm really torn on it. I haven't really said anything because I really don't know what's the angle for Ja yet. And because so I'll say the things that I do have significant opinions on right now. First of all, the apologies got to stop. The apologies trash. Either really apologize or don't. The apologies are trash, bro. Not only is it empty, it felt like you did it in 20 minutes. We've seen AI note apologies. That was a trash apology, bro. Second, Ja needs to figure out how he gonna handle this for real. With himself, with the media, and with the rest of the world. Because in America, and he's in a very unique position as an athlete. And all American athletes are in this position where if there was anywhere in the world this behavior may be arguable, it's in America. And if you want to be that guy, you need to start doing that now. You need to start telling niggas that now. Where this is America, it's my right, da-da-da, I want to do this. Or stop. Because right now, you're not doing yourself any favors either way. Like, my dad, super big Second Amendment guy, doesn't like guns, though, like, too much. But he was like, man, you know, you're sending mixed signals. Because if you were just a responsible, like, if you just happen to have weapons, and you were a responsible gun owner, you would not be in the problems you are now. But you're not. So responsible gun owners aren't on your side. People who don't like guns are not on your side, and you're left in the middle throwing $40 million away in the trash. They're like, we got to punish them. What is worse than losing 40 M's in a month? What punishment? Oh,
And a shoe deal.
And a shoe. Bro, they're like, oh, yeah, he going to miss 30 games. $40 million, bro. If that don't get it through your head, what will? What will? And it's really sad, bro. I really hate it for him. Because it's amazing. We said earlier, life comes at you fast. Like, if we were just to rewind midway through last regular season, in the middle of this Ja escapade, like before the gun stuff, when the Grizzlies were one of the hottest teams in the league, he had the world at his feet. No problems. His city supported him. He was doing all the stuff on the court, off the court. Team supported him, but it's very sad. I will say that because I don't know what you do. And they hear and man, what Adam Silver said, I think
really disappointed.
Oh, he's gonna dust off that David Stern book. He gonna dust off that David Stern book for sure.
All right.
And the worst part is, it's not happening. We've never seen this with any other athlete, within any other sport, damn near.
Yeah. So, I have had a hard time dealing with this because I don't like piling on 23-year-olds.
Facts.
I understand how young that is. Like,
Yeah.
I truly understand how young these kids be. They're kids. They're children.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's a fact.
it's real hard for me to like sit in here and kill Ja, but it's super hard for me to defend him because what he did was like just so like you just didn't have to do.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so hard. Like, it's one thing to defend the guys that get in trouble, and it's like, oh, you got caught smoking weed. Like,
Yeah.
like you smoke weed.
Right.
Like, that was like,
Or
okay.
like when he was just at the strip club.
Like, he was just at the strip club and like they leaked the picture of him. Like, he was just
Yeah.
at the club. Like, it's some shit like that. Or like you got in a fight. Like, some people said some real disrespectful shit to you and you got in a fight or something
Yeah.
like that. But it's like, this is an action that you could have literally just not did. Like, nobody, I don't know if people noticed, but that IG Live, I think, had like maybe 1,000 people in it.
Max.
Like, nobody was in that IG
Yeah.
Live. That IG Live would have came and went if you just did not pick up a gun.
Literally, bro.
Like, if you just didn't do it. And so that's why it's so hard to even come in here and defend. Like, I'm not going to kill him, but it's
Right.
hard to defend you and say, like, they shouldn't punish you and they shouldn't do all of these things because this has happened before.
Literally. It just
If
happened.
this was the first instance, niggas would be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, facts.
Oh, shit.
It's
Oh,
the off-
apologize.
It's the off season.
It's the
yeah.
off season. He tripping. He having a good time. Let's explain to him why this is bad. Blah blah blah. He did this already.
Right.
He did this already.
Yeah.
The whole world watched it. It wasn't like he did it and it was just popular in Memphis on Memphis local radio.
Like, bro, you got called to the commissioner's office.
You got
bro.
called to the commissioner's office. It was where they sent you to rehab in Florida. You
Right,
got
and then
sent away from the team.
Yep.
It was a topic on every single show. You had a sit down interview
And
with
then-
Jalen Rose.
And then they took $40 million from you.
They took $40 million from you because they didn't let you in the All NBA team. I think he has a chance to make it next year and still get.
Yeah,
that
he has-
$40
he has to- he has to get All NBA
But
next year.
still, they took it from him this year, and he should have been on it. So
Yeah.
that's why it keeps saying like,
Yeah,
they took it
because
from
he
him.
made it last year. So once you make it twice,
Yeah.
you're automatically eligible for it.
And he should have, like, his
Yeah.
stats, his record, all of that. He should have been in the All
Right.
NBA. We know why he was. And so my point being, like, this has been a story. And then it's not like you was like, in a rap music, like when you was in the studio with Moneybagg Yo, and y'all was in a video, like y'all was recording a video, you had the gun in your hand, and somebody posted a clip that was like somebody sent a clip to TMZ or some shit like that, and it was out of context. It's one thing. Bruh, you're in the front seat of a car and you pulled the gun out while bro was on IG.
You're staring at the camera.
You looked at the camera first.
Yeah.
So you knew you was on IG Live.
Yep.
And then you went in the bag and grabbed. So it's just, my thing is like, you just have to have better judgment.
Yeah.
And all this is showing me is that you lack judgment, which I understand because you're 23 with $200 million.
Facts.
So I get it. But you gotta, I do put a little blame on his friend, only like this much though. Because like you shouldn't have, like, get off IG Live, bro. Yeah, get off IG Live. Like, I don't like cameras. I don't like cameras. I don't like all of that. Like, if I record something that's real quick, put the phone down. I don't want people thinking I'm recording them, all of that. So put the phone down.
Facts.
You don't see a lot of famous people on IG Live unless it's constructed. They got a ring light set up. Yeah. They in the bathroom with everybody they trust and maybe 2 women. Yeah. And like
they
we
doing
chilling.
Some real sex
like we on the beach. We on some sexy shit.
Yeah.
Like this. We like
just
we might be getting paid for this shit or something like that. Like
you're doing that.
You're just on IG Live for nothing.
So your point is exactly. I say this shit all the time. I said this shit to my niece the other day. I said, okay, so what would happen if you didn't do that? Like, what is the consequences of just not doing that, bro? What would have went so wrong if you just thought to yourself, let me not do that? Because that's literally all, bro. It's something he's 23, comes with age, comes with experience, but the opportunity cost of not doing it is so much greater. Because you doing it closes more doors than you even know. Because you were already on thin ice. You was already on thin ice with Powerade. You was already on thin ice with Nike. Now it's different, bruh. And it reminded me of the Bradley Beal video when he talking to his team, bruh. Because, they take your bread, bro. They take your food out your mouth, out of your family's mouth. They don't play the, we're gonna try to help you, Ja. The reason they trying to help you is because the same reason Adam Silver told you, bro, you're a face of this league. You are a brand. We talking about the money these Supermaxes, bro. Ja could have been $1 billion on court alone. He 4 Supermaxes. That's 16 to 20 years in the league. Even if your last 4 years you playing like Chris Paul, that's $1 billion on court. Before we even get to Nike, before we even get to Powerade. And that's the game you need to be playing right now. Especially in the offseason. You ain't got nothing else to focus on, bro. This offseason, if any time in your life, should have been, like Daniel said, about building habits for the rest of my career. At some point, he needs to build the habits off the court to sustain him on the court. Because a game is not one that he's gonna play for 22. He's not gonna have as many chances as he thinks. Like he's ready for this Supermax early. You can get that done early. Get a year early. Get ahead of the ball. You don't gotta leave your team. Niggas gotta lead their team. They love you in Memphis. Why mess that up? And I do agree with you. And I really haven't killed him because, bro, he's 23. He didn't break no laws. But everything you do don't gotta break laws.
It's way more disappointing doing something stupid than doing something wrong.
Exactly.
Because we understand, like, when you do something wrong, it's usually habits. That's why, like, the guys that was always in trouble in the NFL, like, are smoking weed or doing something, it was usually all the PED guys. Like, it was usually the same guys. Because, like, you do that wrong, that's your habit. That's why I said, like, I can live with you, like, if you smoke weed and you got caught on camera smoking weed, like, that's some bullshit. Right. Okay, but, like, you didn't do nothing wrong. You just did something extremely stupid twice that you just didn't have to do either time. And it just shows that you like judgment. And that's why these people, the closing of doors is so finite in this situation, because it shows like, yo, you're going to have to wait 5, 6, 7, 8 years for these doors to come back open, because people are just going to go to the next superstar, bro. Right. Like, the world isn't waiting on you. The world isn't as, I know Wayne says the world is in his hands, and a lot of rappers say the world in my hands, but the world is not in your hands, my nigga, at all. So, like, you got to look at life like that. Like these decisions are final, and these decisions will impact me for the next decade almost. Next
40, 50 years of your family life. Too.
Yes, so. Yeah, that's an excellent point. Generations of your family are affected by your decisions now, and I know it's not necessarily fair to put all that pressure on you now. I know it's not necessarily, it's a hard thing to deal with. I understand that, but you gotta accept that responsibility because, like, with great power does come with great responsibility, bro. Like that's a very, very true statement. Shout out Spider-Man. Yeah. Go see Miles Morales in 2 weeks. But
that's a fact.
So really, man, like it's just. A lot of people are disappointed in him because it shows that he lacks good judgment, and people cannot trust you with being a brand of their business, being a equity in their business, and you cannot show that you can make the right decisions at every way because you didn't even make a bad decision in a situation where it's easy to make a bad decision.
Right.
You made a bad decision in the dumbest way possible.
You went out of your way to make a bad decision.
That's perfect. Like you went out of your way to do that.
You went out of your way to do, and it's not just all on Ja. He gonna wear 85% of it. Of course, the people around you play a percent too, but you're
in control of who's around you.
Exactly,
and you have been. You've been in the league for 3 years now,
bro. I know. He's 23, so he is definitely young. But you have to. And I used to say this on the show all the time. Whatever age you get rich is the age you stay at for the rest of your life. I say this shit all the time. LeBron at 18 was the most mature nigga you ever put a camera in front of. Stayed that way his whole life. Because whatever age you get a lot of money or you get a lot of power, you can control whether you need to grow as a person or not. You can control, like if somebody don't like something you can do, you can just never see them again and not have that problem. Ja needs to understand that his growth needs to continue as a person, even though he's made it. You are where you want to be. You're one of the best point guards in the NBA, rich, famous, popular, got your Nike shoe, all that stuff. And you still need to continue to grow as a person because the life you're living right now is not the life of niggas pulling guns out on IG. And you were doing that cool Memphis culture. Listen, I know niggas get to it in Memphis. You're representing a city. I understand all of that. But the difference is the niggas who pulling out guns on IG, the Crips who talking to you, telling you to stop throwing that stuff up, they don't have a game on Monday. They don't have a game where they're going to play 37 minutes and make $1 million, Ja. You making more money in one game than niggas see their whole life. You got to understand that you shooting at different baskets. Your goals are different. And I hate they trying to take his bread for it. I hope he make All NBA next season. But it's hard to make All NBA when you go miss 40 games. When you go miss 35 games off jump, off rip.
And I don't think they should spend him 40 games. I truly don't. I think they should really talk to him this offseason. Let his behavior show that he has changed to suspend him for the first 15 games of next season. I truly feel like they shouldn't ruin Memphis' entire season. They suspend him for half the season. But I think they are to set an example for every player that's coming out of here because I know there's people in the league office, it's veterans in the league that are telling you, nah, like this is who these niggas are. Yeah. This is who these little boys coming up to.
Right.
This is who they're listening to. This is who they're listening to. This is who they're seeing on IG. And this is what they think is fucking cool now. So you got to make an example out of him now. And that's what I think the word is.
And the pause from Adam Silver when she asked him, did you talk to him about what's going to happen if he did it again? Show me that he's finna drop the hammer on him. And not only because, like you said, they got to make an example out of him, they went easy on you the first time. They didn't suspend. They gave you time served from the games you sat out. They said he went to rehab. They trusted that you understood the magnitude of what happened. And then, not even 6 months later, you spit in Adam Silver's face. That's literally what it is. And
he trusted you, bro.
Yeah,
like he looked you in your eyes and gave you his trust.
And he didn't have to. That's the worst part. If you would have walked into Adam Silver's office and he was on some, you did this, can't do that, that's 30 games, get out of here.
And get out of the playoffs and all NBA, all of that.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do because he's right. And he went out of his way to say, no, we believe in you. You're a smart kid. We understand.
Playoffs.
Exactly. You'll be back for the playoffs. You're still going to be, on the team. You'll play a bunch of games. At the time, we
he
didn't
gave
know.
you a chance to win the championship.
Exactly.
Like, literally.
But now, Memphis season's already over. And that is, and what's so sad about it is, like we talked about, you taking food out your family's mouth. You doing that to niggas around you, too. It's niggas around you who won't eat next year the way they should because their star point guard won't be there.
And to close it, this is the exact same thing as Draymond punching Jordan Poole. It's the exact same thing, different, of course, different scenarios, but you are affecting your team's culture. You're affecting the aura of the team, the vibe of the team. You're affecting everything.
The identity of the team.
The identity of the team. You're affecting the correct charisma of the team from day -50.
Right.
We ain't even got to day one yet.
Facts.
We 200 we got 200 days left in the offseason. 150 days left in the offseason. You ain't even there yet.
Mine ain't ball.
And like you said, the season ruined damn near already. It's going to take them, like Draymond said, it's going to take them to January, February to get their juice back. And Ja may not even see the fucking court until January because of this shit.
And it's not like they're returning the same team. Dylan Brooks, big part of your rotation, gone. Ja Morant won't touch the court till January. So you got 2 starter spots, 40 minutes a night that you need to replace on a team that has been getting their role players poached all year anyway. It's like people you just looked up, was like, damn, I didn't know he was in Philadelphia. Oh, I didn't know he was over here. Like Tyus Jones, that clock ticking on Tyus Jones.
Somebody want him.
Niggas think, listen, y'all not gonna have a starting point guard come off the bench for too long. Trust. Ace niggas looking at Tyus Jones like, man, he'd be great in Miami. Man, he'd be great here. Man, he'd be great in San Antonio. He'd be great in a lot of places.
San Antonio, Miami, yes, those are 2 great places. You can let him run in one at OKC and let Shea play off ball. Like, man.
It's so many places. And for you to be doing this, it's just so sad. It's so sad because it's everyone around you, too. It's not something you're just doing to yourself, bro. Like,
it's selfish.
Exactly. You're doing it to everyone around you. Coaches, teammates, niggas you like hooping with. And I know you, and Ja's new in the league. So I understand the ramifications and the repercussions about being on a trash team. He don't understand too much because he was drafted to a team that was expected to be trash. And then they became really good. But Memphis missed a playoff next year. It'll be niggas you like playing with, playing in another city. Niggas you like hooping with, niggas you built, and you always say this. They break up young teams too early. Don't help them. Don't help them. Because if y'all miss the playoffs next year, somebody got to go. Whether it's Desmond Bain, whether it's JJJ, whether it's the coach, somebody won't be there next year. And I don't think it'll be you because you're the best out of all of them. Do something else. Because it may be you. It may be you for real. If another team is willing to fuck it. Oh, he didn't qualify for a Supermax? We can get like a superstar PG on a discount? It might be you.
All right. So, yeah, that's it. Like I said, I didn't want to kill him. But, man, last question I asked before today. We did hoops all day, so when we come back Thursday, our next Sunday, Thursday. Yeah, it should be Thursday, yeah.
Depends if Lakers get swept.
Yeah, right.
If Lakers get swept, I might need a couple of days.
So,
we might have to go to the islands.
But we'll talk music and all of that good stuff next week. But last question I do want to ask is a question I meant to address last week. I have to tell you that, sorry. But Jay Williams said Jokic might be the best offensive player ever.
Yeah. That was crazy. Listen, I love that.
And I'll start. You started last time. I'll start.
Here you go.
Can we just watch basketball and like some things just be like, damn,
that nigga's good.
He's really fucking good. Oh my goodness, he's really fucking good.
Yeah.
We went from he's good.
Regular season play.
We skipped over. He's good. He's really fucking good. He's amazing. He's marvelous.
Yeah.
He's fantastic, marvelous.
All-time
awesome.
great.
He's all-time great, too. He's the best offensive player ever
to ever do it.
off of one playoff run that he hasn't even completed yet. Can we just chill?
Niggas gonna make me a Jokic hater.
and I hate how small-minded analysts that are supposed to be the catalyst of this game for the everyday fan.
Right.
How small-minded they make this game seem and how simple they make this game. And it's when you understand basketball, it does become simple. But most people don't, so it is complex, and it should be explained as if it is complex. They treat fans like they're stupid.
Exactly.
Jokic is an amazing offensive player, by the way. I would argue right now he's no question a top 10 offensive player all time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
In that 7.
If you want to say centers, I'm willing to have the argument with you.
I'm willing to have the argument of the best offensive center ever, yes. But I still wouldn't put him at 1. But like...
Shaq went 3 playoffs without taking a shot outside the restricted area.
Okay. So... Come on.
Not outside the paint, outside the restricted area.
so like... Come on. So when you look at the offensive, how Jokic is facilitating offense, he was basically saying that the way he creates shots and gets guys involved and is able to pass the ball plus create for his own teammates and do little things to set his teammates up is something we've never seen before. But yeah, so was Steph Curry.
Yeah.
And so was LeBron.
Yep.
And so was Kevin Durant. Oh, and so was Kobe. And so was Mike. And so was all these other players that you're saying this exact thing about. We said this about every other player ever.
Harden.
And he hasn't won anything from it.
Harden.
Like, yes.
Keep it funky. That's my problem with it. And you're exactly, you actually keep going. Keep going. Yeah, you cooking right now.
We watched Steph literally change the entire face of basketball across the globe.
The globe. Niggas in India don't even take layups no more.
Because of how he was able to shoot the ball, how it spread the defense out, and then we watched him build a dynasty off of moving off the ball. That's one of the greatest offensive player ever, maybe the greatest offensive player ever.
Yep.
Mike brought in mid-range isolation.
Yep.
And he won 6 championships off of it. Yeah. And he showed you if you can make the mid-range a layup, you damn near cannot be beat because of the rotations they have to make. The way they have to W, all it's going to do is get guys open shots. You may not get the assist for it because we're in this triangle offense and it's a lot of pass, a lot of hockey assists, a lot of touch passes, and a lot of pick and pop. So you may not get the numbers and you may not have the full stat sheet, but you can only run this offense winning a championship with 2 people.
Right.
Kobe, Mike.
Yep.
LeBron is the only person ever to run basically a heliocentric offense and win a championship with it and win multiple championships.
Yeah.
He's the only one. I'm going to run the offense. I'm going to be the point guard. When you need me to be, I'll be the small forward. When you need me to be, I'll be the center. I'm going to get everybody involved, and I'm going to average 28 if you need me to, or I average 35.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep through 28.
I'll literally sleep to 28.
Yeah.
And also, you can't stop me from getting to the hole, and I'm literally automatic from the rim.
Yeah,
so, like, all of these players have these different characteristics. We can go Shaq. Shaq, literally unguardable underneath the rim. Wilt got every record ever. Kareem invented a shot that couldn't be blocked. Most points ever.
Yep.
Hakeem had the best post-game, best footwork we've ever seen.
Yep.
Like, it's been magical offensive players in this league. So, just to chalk up and be like, after a 3-round playoff run, case closed, he's the best offensive player ever, is ridiculous, bro. And we got to stop pushing these crazy ass fucking narratives just after everything. And that stems from back what we said 2 shows ago. Like, you had Steph Curry and LeBron finna face off, and you could have went into detail about how these teams are different and what versus, like, how do these teams look different in 2017 and 2018 versus now, and what'll be different. And you said, what can Steph Curry do to pass LeBron James all time on a pregame show with 4 minutes to talk?
Legacy. Yeah, no. I it's very frustrating, and one of the first things you said is that they treat the viewer like they're stupid. And it feels just disrespectful that the average basketball fan is too stupid to follow along with basic basketball concepts. But the idea that Jokic is the best offensive player ever is just right now laughable. If he continues to do this, sure. But it's a lot of people just offensive wise that right now he can't look their direction. Braun, 1,000,000% is one of those people he cannot look their direction for the reason you literally mentioned of him being his heliocentric offense. LeBron offenses are the only heliocentric system that get better in the playoffs because he's that good of a player, bro. His teams literally get better in the playoffs running the same shit because he's that good at it. Steph Curry what Steph Curry brings to offense is what people think Jokic is doing on offense. The difference is when he doesn't have the ball, he's still the best player on the court, which we've never seen before. Which is like, say it out loud if you're listening right now. When he does not have the ball, he's still the best player on the court. Listen to that on offense. It sounds ridiculous. Somehow he still is. Who else? So LeBron, Steph,
Kobe.
Mike won 10 scoring titles. Let's not say
anything else.
Don't even me. Mike's won 10 scoring titles, bro. 10 years he was the best scorer in the league easily. It's not even worth arguing. Kareem, most points ever. Magic Johnson.
That's another one.
Played point guard.
Invented the fast break.
Point guard and center. Like, damn. We didn't mention Kobe, the best hard shot maker ever. You could throw KD in there. And lastly, Jokic has 0 rings, 0 finals. He ain't better offensive player than Harden. Harden did this. He been to this. Listen, we assume Jokic will get to the finals. I pray. Listen, if Jokic the first nigga to pull a 3-0 lead to Braun, it would break a lot of shit. But I don't think that's going to happen. But up until this point, like what Jokic has accomplished, oh yeah, James Harden got that. He did that before. James Harden been in a couple conference finals, playing away no one else has ever played before.
And damn near won off of it.
And super close. But like just offensive players.
Shaq, Dirk, Tim,
Shaq.
Like,
Shaq 1,000,000%. Because there was no defense to play versus Shaq. There was no adjustment that was going to slow Shaq down. You literally just had to hope they called the foul. That was literally it. Like, we just hope they called the foul and we foul him enough where he can't dunk every single play. There was no adjustment. And another thing that made Shaq such a valuable offensive player is he did not need the ball. Like, half of Shaq's points were assisted because by the time, once you pass it to him, that's it. You're cool. Cook before that. Once you pass it, you're good because he's going to turn around and dunk that bitch. I really hate, like you said, how niggas, like, we can't just watch one series. I can't watch one series and be like, man, those niggas are really good. That's a really good basketball team right there. Like look at them go. Wow. Jokic, hell of a guy, right? Like, it's got to be, you know what? I think this nigga is the best player to ever touch a basketball right now. Like, we just watched a series where he wasn't even the best offensive player last round. Devin Booker was. How did we get here? Like, how did we get here? For real?
Like, can we just chill, bro?
I throw Giannis in there too. Giannis got a couple. Giannis averaged 30 like 3 times off no bag. No bag.
Giannis rim run to 30 points every single night.
HB dive. Run it, nigga.
HB dive. Yo, 22 holes.
Straight
22 dives.
Yo, straight to the cup every time, bro. Like, I love Jokic. He has an argument for sure as probably the best offensive center.
Yes.
But there have been players, Steph, Kobe, LeBron, Mike, Magic, Kareem, that have won titles with offenses built around them. They not only won titles, built dynasties, decades of niggas knowing, oh yeah, Bron's gonna come off this screen. And when Bron come off this screen, like what Bron used to do to my niggas in Miami was almost unfair. where he was the biggest, strongest, best finisher in the league, and somehow he's the best skip passer to ever play basketball. And when you skip past the ball, it's Ray Allen in the corner for some reason. What LeBron brought to the game, Jokic, it was so funny. This is how basketball, it's just life progresses. What Braun brought to the game, Jokic still kind of does. Like, some of the plays Jokic be running, he got from Braun.
The passes he be making, LeBron passes be making for 20 years.
Literally.
Man. And Braun has won 4 championships. So, it has been to 11.
It feel like 12.
It's been to 11 finals. Please, bro. Please, God. Chill out, bro.
And he did that. Like, he was the hub of different offenses almost every time. And they were all LeBron-centric. Like, in 07, the early LeBron years, it was, we gonna need 35, 8, 9. We gonna need that. Miami was, we gonna need 28, 10, and 8. Second Cavs stint with Kyrie, it was like, we gonna need the points, but get Kevin Love, get Kyrie, get J.R. Smith, get them niggas involved. Them niggas left. It was, I need 35 again, and he went right back to it. Like, niggas,
that's crazy,
niggas gotta put some respect on that, where he didn't miss a beat, bro, for a decade, bro. Didn't miss a beat on offense.
Bro, stop.
LeBron got his criticisms as an overall clutch player or changing teams and defenses, whatever you want to argue with LeBron, but I will not let you niggas compare the hub of an offense of LeBron James to Jokic.
Bruh, LeBron threw a pass last night. He was going. It was like on a slow fast break. So it's like a 4-on-5 type shit. Yeah. And he wanted Austin Reeves. He had, I think it was probably Schroeder or Huchamar in the corner. Mm-hmm. And so he had a guy in between the lane and Austin Reeves. So if he made the pass to Austin Reeves early, he was going to be able to close out. And he also had a guy sitting in the short corner on the Denver. He had somebody in Denver sitting in the short corner, ready for the corner pass to Huchamara. He looks at that, and of course he can get to the hole of will. But I think Jokic was in the paint. Yeah. So he goes and takes a hard drive to look like where he's trying to drive and kick to the corner. Mm-hmm. So he takes the dude on the low block and the dude that was sitting in between Austin Reeves and him.
Yeah, it takes both
and
defenders.
Took him, looked at the corner to get him gone and threw it back over his shoulder right in Austin Reeves' hands. Bro. And it's just like,
it's different.
Bro, split second. This happened in 2.5 seconds. Yeah, bro. And it's like, if you just watch basketball, that's another pass. Yeah. But the split-second decision to realize this is the play I gotta make. Yeah,
Braun's court mapping, passing puts him in a different category of offensive players off jump.
Bruh.
That's before he starts averaging 28. Like, if LeBron didn't want to score, he'd still be an all-time great. That's why we mean he might. We talk about best offensive players ever. Jokic, listen, get a couple more years under his belt. We will get there.
Yes.
But the list you're trying to climb right now, Jay Will,
very hard.
Come on,
very hard. All right, we got anything else today? Nah. I got everything I got. I hit everything I wanted to, I think. We did that.
Yeah, that was lit.
All right. No music. Like I said, Summer Walker EP came out. It was phenomenal. Y'all go listen to that. And that's pretty much it. I don't even think no big singles dropped. Go see Fast 10 if you want to see a really bad movie.
You saw Fast 10 already?
Yeah, of course, bro. I go see action movie. I just go see.
They would be tapped in for real.
Yeah, I sure do. I got a Regal pass now. So
I was gonna say I need to get one of the memberships.
Yeah, bro. I don't be paying for movies now, so I just be going. So yeah, it was a bad movie, but I had fun. I had a good time. And Jason Momoa was great.
What language is D-Lo next contract in?
Jamaican.
No. D-Lo in the Jamaican Basketball Association would be hilarious, bro.
So, appreciate y'all for watching. In all links, please subscribe, comment. All the socials are in the bio that you're looking at below. And y'all have a beautiful, blessed Sunday. Y'all will be listening to this on Monday, so y'all have a beautiful week. And enjoy this weather, enjoy the summer, and stay blessed.
See y'all later, twins.